Hello, this is Mike at GameFromScratch. Today we're going to look at something kind of unique. We're going to be looking at RPG Creator for iOS. Now you've probably heard of RPG Maker. It's a JRPG style game maker that's been around forever. They've got many different versions, as you can see, available here. Well, through partnership with them, a mobile iOS version of RPG Maker has just been launched called RPG Creator. Now this is actually created by a different company, different code base, different everything. So basically, it's just a spiritual successor, I guess we'll call it. It's a mobile inspired by versions. This isn't compatible with RPG Maker in any way, but they set out to accomplish the same goals, and they're the same publisher ultimately. So it was just launched. It's now called RPG Creator, and today we're going to be taking a look at it. This is an iOS only application, and here you can see my iPad, and this is RPG Creator. Now I want to tell you right up front, this is not, let me just turn down the sound on my iPad. This is not capable of creating full-blown games. This is more of a toy. I gotta admit that right up front. I have this thing, I love the idea of making games on the go. I used an app in the past called Kodia. You can check on my channel. I did one of my very first videos actually was on creating a game using Kodia on your iPad, which is a Lua-based development system. This isn't as full-blown as that. This is more like almost like a game maker you would have back in the 80s and 90s, where you can share it with other people. As you can see down here, we've got the Creators Web that you can use to share your creation with other people. It's very early, very Japanese, by the way. This was only launched a couple of days ago. And the other thing about this is free version we're looking at. Now that doesn't mean it's free completely. I'll go back over here to the store, and you'll see here is the store page. Well, here was the store page. Let's bring that back up. RPG Creator. Okay, here is the store page for said app, and you'll notice here it's free to play, as is kind of the way the world is taken over. But you'll see down here it's $10.99 Canadian at this point, so probably $8.99 US, possibly $9.99 US to unlock the full version. And that's going to come up a few times while we look at it. And if some of the ads pops up while we're playing, you're going to see how just incredibly annoying that is. On top, you have no access to external, you can't import assets, and you can't cloud save your results. So basically, you've got your 3 projects to work with, and if you need more than that, you have to buy the full version. If the ads get in your way, you got to buy the full version. If you want to bring your own assets in, you got to buy the full version. So you get the gist. That's where the full version versus the non-full version comes in. So this is, in all honesty, mostly a toy where you can, play and share games with other people, download from the Creators Web of other people's work, sort of like Super Mario Maker, I guess. It's probably the closest analog to this. So it's not like RPG Maker has actually been used to make shipped games on Steam. This RPG Creator is not like that. And also, unfortunately, there's no interop with RPG Maker, which is a shame, because if this could be used as a map editor while on the go, that would be a lot cooler. But at the end of the day, really for game dev, we're looking at a toy today. So I just want you to be aware of that. And if you're not into the JRPG systems, you're gonna hate this guy, because really that's all it's capable of creating. It's very simple JRPG games on the go. All right, so first off, you start off, go with Open Project. Right here, and just click that and you'll see this dialog pops up. You've got up to 3 slots to go with. You'll notice a lot of the assets are actually in Japanese. So I'll go ahead and delete one of those, and we'll show you. We're going to start with one of their sample apps. So click this little icon over here, you see right there, and we'll start with one of their 2 examples. So we've got a Find the Key game. We'll click that, and you'll notice a certain lack of polish here. Like, for example, this broken new line should be slashed the other way for this space down here. There's some real rough spots here, and it's very English. So obviously the dev team, English is not their first language, and that is going to become very abundantly clear as we work through this. So pick the install slot. Which one did I delete? I deleted 2, I think. Oh well, we'll find out. And we'll go ahead and do Find the Key. Go ahead and download that. Sample project's done. And build. And then we're going to do open. All right, so here you can see an example world that's been created for us. So we can go ahead and run it right away. I can zoom in, zoom out using pinch to zoom, pan around the map very simply. And this is the map layer. So you see down here, we've got map settings. So that's the mode we're currently in. And this allows us to actually paint with and play with tiles. So I can click over here and expand out. And we can use, if you've used Tiled, the map editor, or RPG Maker, obviously, this should be very familiar. So if you want to go ahead and paint, so let's say we want to get that tile right there, just go ahead and click it and then paint it on the map. and we can do a couple of them. Sorry, I'm lagging a bit between my my actions and the game, but there you can see the end result. So you can use it to paint through, or we can delete out from there, etc. So then once that is done, so you've got your map created, and then on top of that we've got the upper layer. So this is the layer that basically, there's no layering support here, so the over layer is just the layer that exists over top of the under layer. So if you want to do a set of entities and props, you can see they're available here from this tile set, and we can place those around the world. So like this, I just placed some signposts because that's what I have selected. So as you can see, that's how that works. So this is where you basically add props on top of the underlying map. And then finally you have your entity layer, which is your E here. And you see the purple dots, etc. across the map, like here, 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 and here. This is your programming interface. This is as programmatic as RPG Creator gets at this point. And you can use it. So here we'll click this guy. You'll see there it says Edit Event. And I'll click on that. And here's where some of that English is going to come in. Their examples are all not in English at all. But you can see simple events can be fired up and triggered. So we've got this 3-page system. So we could do a conditional for this event to be fired, such as a global switch or a variable to be in a certain value. So it's very simple programming is available there. Like global state. You can see here the thing attached. So we've got this character. We've got random movement is attached to it, so we could switch that up. Different kinds of movement for the character. We can have it run away, etc. The condition for the event, and the various other things going on. And then final page here. So we've also got the IDs for said event down here. And then our last page shows what the various pieces of the event are. And in this particular case, you're going to see again, it's very, we could add a new event state to it. So you can see there's your various different options. Oops, cancel. Those are your various different options available. So you could, spawn you could show some text. You could spawn a battle. You could change their gold amount. You could give them an item, etc. So it's very, very simple on what it can do, but that is your programming interface, and those things all work together to create your game. Now when you've got it to the point you want it, click down here in the bottom left corner and you'll see it brings out this menu system here. We'll go to System and we can test play, and here is your starting game. Our menu is completely in Japanese, I believe, but here we can see our game, and if we touch the controls, we're going to get an on-screen controller in a second. So then we're going to walk over to where that girl was, who's got the random movement. And then you'll see here we have a single action button there, which triggers her event. And then we have this menu button beside it, which brings up our party, which is very confusing because it's all in Japanese at this point, so that doesn't really help as much. But I'll show you that from an English setting. So System, close this project, open project, we'll create a new one, test, build. We want it to be in English this time. All right, so here is if you were going to start your own map completely from scratch. And our default tile set is pretty simple. So we're going to take grass and we're going to fill the entire world with grass. So boom, there you go. And now we're going to delete a few. Oh, let's go back, grab that bottom character and delete. Oops, I'm still on fill mode. And here's where it gets annoying. See this? This is their idea for monetization. Let's just randomly throw an ad in your face while you're in the middle of doing whatever you're doing. This is stupid. This is going to get people to uninstall very, very fast. This is not how they should monetize. You should just lock out features. The little banner ad in the bottom right-hand corner is non-offensive. This is BS, and this needs to go away. This would give me... well, to be honest, I'm not that big into JRPGs, and beyond playing with this today, I'm never going to use it again. But if I was somebody that was into this stuff and using it on the go, this would cost me to uninstall it. So if you're one of the people that makes this app, get rid of this crap. It's not worth the money that you're possibly making off of it. You're going to be alienating your customers so badly. All right, so we'll do a fill again. This time we'll go back to pen mode as opposed to a blanket fill, and we can just start adding, various different tiles within the world, etc. And see how they automatically grow together. It's a very clever map editor, to be honest. It's a shame that this doesn't actually work with RPG Maker. It would be a cool way to edit maps on the go. Or if this just exported TMX files and was a mobile iOS-based map editor, awesome. Unfortunately, it's not, so it does limit its usefulness beyond being just a toy. So then we come in here, set our event. So for example, that S there represents our starting position. We'll delete that one. E. So we'll do one so we could add a starting position, a vehicle position, or an event. So we'll go ahead and add a starting position. So that's where our character will start. And then we got various other things we can set down here. So our map settings, various different features of this particular map. We can add encounters directly to the map here. So we can add a new encounter here. So vampire encounter. And okay. Now, come on, back up. Bring the menu back up. So that was our map settings. So we set encounters. While we come over here, we can set the background, cancel out. Go back here. We've got map manager where we can create various different maps, so we could actually move between them, etc. Make something slightly more elaborate. And then we got our database. Our database is where here's all of our NPCs. You can see the various different characters that are available. Very simple, very primitive in what's available. So you've got, they're defining the attributes and traits that are available for your characters. You can't set your own. So you see there, like how fast they gain experience, defense, agility, luck. So you're really using their particular their game system. You're not creating. You're working within a set, defined JRPG system with very defined, character attributes, character abilities, etc. You can create your own skills, such as this, and then use them in various other places. So here we got skills. You can define what each particular skill means, does damage. Various attributes for said skills. You got the same thing for items, enemies, enemy units, the attributes. Oh, so we can't set attributes. Various different states for things to be in. And these are the things that you would ultimately use together with the event system. So this is your programming to a degree and your game database kind of built in together. And then we got systems here. So we can come in here and go. Name your party member. Here's where you set your title screen, so when your game starts up, etc. And then again, we come down to, you stupid thing. So at this point, would you have uninstalled? I probably would, to be honest. Again, if you're from the RPG creator people, this is BS. Get rid of this stupid ad system. You're going to piss off your customers. All right, so back to the, so we got the tile set settings. You got the various different tile sets that are available. So they've got some nice ones in here. So there's a farm, castle, dungeon, town, indoor, and then field, which we've been playing with so far. Those are what you can use to create your maps. You can obviously import your own if you have the premium version, and there's tons of tile sets available for RPG Maker that could be brought in, or from places like freegameart.org, etc. But that's premium only, unfortunately. So those are the ones you've got to work with yourself. And then finally, you've got your system settings, and this is where you can package your game off or test your game out. And we'll do a quick test. So there's the screen we changed earlier on. Start a new game up, and that's basically it. So I'm scratching the surface, obviously. The event system is the heart of the entire thing. The database and the event system work together. You can actually probably make something fairly interesting and elaborate if you really want to. But for the most part, the system is quite simple. There's a debugger built in here. So you can see various different things you can jump directly into and change or modify. And click out of there, go over here to your menu, and end your game. Oh yeah, so they basically, there's a basic skill style, so let's get out of there, JRPG skeleton menu already built in for you, and you pretty much have to adhere to it, to be honest. And that's about it. That is iOS RPG Creator. Now, if you're a JRPG fan, you're looking to create games on the go, simple games, fun games to share with your friends, this is a great little application. If you're a game developer looking for any kind of substance, it's not here. This is a toy. I said that right up front. It has potential. It's kind of cool. The ad system is BS, needs to be removed. It's terrible. So I hope they fix that fast, because I imagine the feedback is going to be obviously that it just makes it really unpleasant to work with. As you saw in the span of this 14-minute video, we had 2 major pop-up ads in the middle of what we were doing that just drag you to a halt. So obviously that's trying to push you to buy the $10, but it's pushing me, to be honest, to uninstall it. Again, today we're going a little bit off the topic of game development, but I do have this thing. I love the idea of game development on the go. And if this really, it's not my genre by any means at all, and it's not really a pro tool by any definition of the word, but it could be fun and interesting to some of you, so I thought I would share it. I hope some of you did enjoy that. If you do, please do click like. We normally do much more game dev focused stuff here. You know, this is a little tangential, but I thought it was close enough that I decided to include it. So if you do like to see more game dev related content, please do click subscribe. We're generally a little bit more on topic than this one, but again, I did find this guy interesting enough to share it. So that's iOS RPG Creator from the makers of RPG Maker. Well, technically the publisher of RPG Maker and a completely different developer. It's available on iOS for free in an infuriating ad-limited version, and you can unlock it for about $10. All right, see y'all later. Goodbye.